I stand on the existing protocols to bring you warm felicitations from the Methodist Church Ghana and the Fidasi Diocese in particular on the occasion of the launch of the 50th anniversary of Jabe Senior High School. I am proud to say that the genesis of the school and its growth to the present age can be attributed to the Methodist Church Ghana. So when I hear people commenting that what has the Methodist Church Ghana or what has the Methodist Church done to the school, I become worried. It's like saying that your parents gave birth to you and you question, what have my parents done to me? The mere fact that they have even brought you into this world is a credit. So give credit to the Methodist Church Ghana. For we have done well in establishing the school and producing such great men and women that we are hearing of today. I'm also happy to be associated with the school, not as an old boy, but as you heard from the introduction, serving as a chaplain for 14 years. And along the line also becoming an assistant headmaster academic for the school. So in one way or the other, I cannot run away from Jabe Senior High School. So I would say that I'm an associate member of the school, even though my alma mater is Dachi Pramso Senior High School, Mighty Jabaz. Headmistress, I want to pledge on this occasion that the Methodist Church will continue to play crucial roles in the affairs of this school. As she rightly put it, when we heard of a rainstorm ripping some of the buildings, we quickly organized and came to fix the roof back. And I will say that we spent about 13,000 Ghana cedis in doing that. And we want to promise that we continue to support the school. So on this occasion of the launch of the 50th anniversary, we as a diocese also have a check of 5,000 Ghana cedis to support this launch. And what I will say is that from here to Efidasi is not far away. So you can whisper into our ears, and you will also be frequenting this place to also see what you need, and in our own small way, provide for you. My regional manager of schools is here. Regional manager, stand and let us see you. Yes. So she's the regional manager for Ashanti. On behalf of her outfit and on behalf of the Methodist Church Ghana, we wish you a fruitful celebration, and we pray that God will give us life and health so that at the climax you can also be part of it. God bless you.
Thank you so very much. Nanache, I know you are standing by me in difference to your role as a member of the traditional better council. But all the same, I have to give you that respect as the chair for this very auspicious occasion. Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker of our 8th Parliament, Honorable Joe Selusi. Madam Head Mistress of Gathering Secondary School, past students, present students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I speak on behalf of Nana Uto's reports. You have been mine. Nana would have loved to be with you on this very special occasion, but duty has taken him away. And for that matter, I'm here to represent him. And I send this special greetings to you all on this occasion. And we all know that 50 years in the life of any educational institution is a big one. And for that matter, he wishes the school all the best. As we have been told, we are here today partly through the initiative of Nana Yasabo II, Omani of Gabin at the time that this institution was founded. And we can all attest to the fact that the Treasury Council through the various Amani have never turned their back on this school. And it is the assurance of Nana Uto's report again that we will continue to do the best to ensure that this school gets to the very top. We know that so much has been done to bring this school to where it is now. And I think we can, for that matter, appreciate the efforts of all stakeholders from the very beginning to now. Usually of the founding fathers, past tutors, past students, PTA members, parents, and all. You've done your best and your best to bring us where we are. And I think we deserve to congratulate ourselves for what we have been able to achieve through our collective efforts. And it is the wish of another. We continue in that this institution as possible. These studies personally have a very special relationship with the school. Yes, at the time that I was ready for secondary education, there was nothing like Gabin Secondary School. And well, by twist of fate, I found myself somewhere. But I still believe that if the school had been there at the time that I entered secondary in 1968, perhaps I would have been a proud member of this school. But we are here today, and I think in my own special way, I can recollect way back in the mid-1970s when I was at the university, and so we had one of our usual alumni. That was when General Chompo wanted to introduce the Unigo. So we found ourselves driven back home, and I found myself in Gabin there, and I had nothing to do. So I approached Mr. Atakra at the time with 3 other colleagues of mine that we wanted to. So I taught here for a couple of months. And when school reopening and I had to go back to school, we went to Atakra, for him to consider some form of honorarium for us for the job that we have done. And as a straight degree, you don't deserve that. Because I know what we have done from this school. So you can take that back and then be grateful. This school has made them what they are today. And I think I'm also proud of this institution. And we hope that those of you who are presently enrolled as students here will not take it for granted, as previous speakers have said, but you take it as a great opportunity for you to, add on to the building blocks that have been laid by your predecessors. you have the role to play, and I hope and I believe that you will do your best so that in the future those who come after you will also be proud about what you have done, and they can also build on your efforts. As this is a special occasion, I'm not having you come here, but on his behalf, I want to pledge 5,000 Ghana cedis for the school, to use in doing whatever they want to do. And I wouldn't want to take so much time because time already passed me. Only to say that we wish you all the best on this occasion of launching the anniversary, and we hope that the anniversary itself will be a great one, and we will see Gabin Secondary School celebrated by all January. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my own mates, bishops and reverend ministers here, Deputy Director GS, Board of Governors, reverend ministers here gathered, all students and current students, all other protocols duly acknowledged. I'm honored to be called upon to introduce the special guest speaker for this important occasion. I thank the able organizers for honoring me to do this. It is in order that in an occasion like this, we get somebody special to speak for the occasion. As the Board of Governors and other organizers and the committee met the Aprewa, the mantle fell on a very special somebody, special to his constituency and especially to Ghana as a whole. Before I call him, I have some few profile of him. Please allow me to read this. This great man was born on the 22nd January 1962 at the White here in Ashanti. He had his early school at St. John's Catholic School in the White. He is a product of Mother Jazz from 1976 to 1980, where he obtained his GC O-level and further to Wenchi for his advanced certificate from 1981 to 84. He acquired a combined degree in law and crisis in 1987 from the Premier University of Ghana, so to speak. And he again was offered admission to law school, after which he was called into the bar in 1990. He has practiced law in various forms. He began his legal work with Yabarima and co-friend in Kofodia, where he worked for 4 years, and relocated to Kumasi to join Mr. George Sapon and Honorable Kwame Osei Prempeh to start Adum Chambers for his private work. For a period of 9 years before he joined the public sector. He became the Chief Executive Officer for DVLA for a period of 6 years. His position as Chief Executive Officer did not stop him from schooling. His determination to serve his country pushed him to pursue the following short courses in Gimpa and in UK. He studied good corporate governance in Gimpa, strategic management also in Gimpa, and then modernizing public sector service in UK. This first boy further obtained his master's in governance and leadership from GIMPA in 2007. No wonder he demonstrates his skills wherever he goes. The position he held include the following: the secretary to the bar in Ashanti, elected assembly member in Bekwai, SRC president at law school, and JCR president in Commonwealth. That means he's a Vanda. This handsome gentleman resigned from DVLA to contest Bekwai seat as an independent candidate and won. He was re-elected in 2012 and 16 for the 5th and 6th Parliament. He has served and still serving on various committees as a member and sometimes a chairman in the following. He served on the Appointment Committee, Road and Transport, and was the chairman of the Privileges Committee. He was a ranking member in Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. On 7 January 2017, he was unanimously elected as the first Deputy Speaker to the 7th Parliament of Ghana. In 2020, he again won the Bekwai seat and re-elected again as the first Deputy Speaker to the 8th Parliament. He is the leader of Ghana to the Pan-African Parliament as Deputy Speaker. He's a husband and a father. His achievements are monumental. We can go on and on and on, but don't forget we are working within time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid to say, with a standing ovation, but with a round of applause, shall we welcome Honorable Joe Osei-Wusu, otherwise known as the Wise, as the special speaker for this great occasion. Honorable. Thank you.
Can you resume your seat, please? Thank you very much. I'm told that you were the girls prefect for the 87-year group. Thank you very much, Madam Girls Prefect. Nana Chairman. Nana Nom. That's very encouraging. All coming up my mates, the 81-year group. Deputy Director General GES, the uncompromising Anthony Boati, Regional Director GES, Madam Headmistress and staff, Bishop of Ifijase, and no other clergy, all students. I must especially mention Senior Atabati. He was my house prefect when I entered. I was one. And he rose to become an assistant headmaster of this school, and I recall that on his retirement, I joined the party to send him off. Senator Boati, good to see you again. The media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, students of Javelin Senior High School. I stand here today with a sense of nostalgia as I deliver this speech as a special guest of honor.
On this launch of the 50th anniversary of this great school, it is indeed a great honor that I was nominated to give this speech. Nana Chairman, exactly 8 months from today, November 2022, our school would chalk a significant milestone as we would mark a historic occasion, the 50th anniversary of the Noble Jamin Senior High School, established in 1972. Since its establishment, some 50 years ago, Jamin Senior High School has produced many great personalities, including Honorable George Edu Mensah, a former member of parliament for Dotogri constituency. He actually was the one who held my hand and brought me to this school in 1976. He was then in year 4. Honorable Katie Amont, my noble senior. We call him the quintessential Katie Amont. You can't be. He's the honorable member of parliament for Dansia Sukwa. He is in his sixth term as a member of parliament, a very major achievement. I see also Dr. Machi Boateng, the senior lecturer at Penn University. I see Dr. George Smedwa Martin, he's the director of pharmacy at the University of Ghana Medical School. My classmate Osesin Promo is not here, he's a chartered accountant. And then here is Asumelu, Roberto Usu, Dr. Roberto Usu, a retired headmaster, Marfo. There's this file, I should mention him and show him. We call him Special George. He just retired as assistant headmaster. But you know, everybody calls me Joe Wise. He's the one who gave me the name Joe Wise. I recall, it was just around this place here. Everybody had a nickname, I had none. So because I was called Joe, I said I was called Big Joe. And he said, have you forgotten our sports prefect? He was called Big Joe. If you do, he will knock you. So he said, take Joe Wise. And he wrote it at the back of my shirt here. So everywhere I moved around, they called me Joe Wise. And it has stuck today. That is George Boateng. Honorable, my friend Alex Osu Boateng is the regional director of NPRA. Lawyer Sante Krobia is the lay president of the Methodist Church. Nana Dankaosu's elder brother. Nana Pege Dankaosu is the chairman today. Our own legendary, I call him the legend, Charles Kojofusu, better known as Daddy Lumba. I stand here, we call him Arizona. He was the NAMU coordinator for Ejisu Jabu, retired. But I mention these names to show that this school has produced academics, musicians, accountants, pharmacists, teachers, call it anywhere, any level. Products of this school are found at any level and in any sector of this country. But can anybody get me the Methodist symbol? I think him 896. That great yes. 5 stanza 5. Can you sing stanza 5 for me? They whose names have perished, lost in the haze of long ago, in silent love be cherished. So, not only for those who are here today, those of our colleagues who are no longer here, we cherish all of you and we acknowledge the various contributions to make Jabi today. This morning, whilst I was on my way here, this hymn was sent to me by Mama Champo. And as I went through the hymn, the verses, this one touched me. Mama Champo, thank you very much. I also recall some of the early members of staff, like Mr. Atakra Daniel, our headmaster from 76, his assistant, Mr. T.B. Gazy, Mr. Frifa, who taught us history, Mr. Champo, who taught us French, Mama Champo, who taught us Greek, Mr. C.K. Ade, who taught us English, Professor Magnus Frimpong, he's now a professor at the university. Yes, he retired now. I've seen Mr. Kuku Mensa, the longest serving sportsmaster and the most inspirational. Until he came here, I didn't know I could play volley. But today I taught myself as a very good volley player because he taught us from the basics. Such are the great men that we have made us who we are today. Indeed, not only these, a host of others who have helped to shape the values we are so proud of today. I must especially mention our immediate past headmaster, Reverend Opong, and the host leadership our school received some of the major infrastructural boosts we can see around today. Ghana Chairman, let me take this opportunity to commend all stakeholders, particularly teachers, parents, and the old students who have played diverse roles and contributed in various capacities in maintaining the standards that this school has been noted for since its establishment some 50 years ago. The school has consistently produced some good academic results and earned a place among the respected second cycle institutions in the Shantou region. For this feat, I say to all of us, Ayiko. Ghana Chairman, the progress of every society is anchored on education. It is an undeniable fact that education shapes and refines our knowledge and also equips us with the skills required to effectively transform our resources into products and services that make life worth living. In recognition of this importance, the subject of education continues to be topical in our national development discourse. Currently, the fundamental issue relates to how to make our educational system more relevant to our circumstances as a nation. It is worth noting that before the introduction of formal education by our colonial masters, the traditional educational system of our society was largely based on our cultural values and norms, including respect for the elderly, dedication, hard work, community spirit, and honesty. These values indeed constituted the foundation of the traditional educational system, which had the fundamental objective of equipping the youth with skills and knowledge. This enabled the youth to learn from the senior members of society through apprenticeship and observation to enable them assume their role as responsible adults and contribute meaningfully to the development of the respective societies they lived in. Fortunately, following the introduction of formal classroom education, the focus on acquisition of practical life skills and training through apprenticeship shifted largely to training academic disciplines, which mostly equip students with basic concepts without often the understanding needed to translate such concepts into practical realities. The outcome of this phenomenon is that many graduates are unable to use or apply the knowledge they gain from this type of theoretical education to generate self-employment and to help solve societal problems. This, unfortunately, has led to a surge in graduate unemployment or underemployment in our society. Ghana Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today's world is becoming more practical than philosophical, with skills and talents of individuals becoming the main tool driving innovation and wealth creation. It is therefore necessary to redirect the focus of our educational system and the orientation of our graduates to enable them to use their knowledge and skills to create opportunities for themselves and for others. It is an undeniable fact that the skills and knowledge that are needed for economic advancement in life are not found only within the walls of the classroom. The certificates we award to our students in the senior, high, and tertiary level are just meant to prove that the persons have acquired such basic knowledge and skills which he or she could build upon. Madam Chairman, the acquisition of certificates is just an indication that our graduates can acquire further training and work in various fields of endeavor to even outside their areas of study. Today in Ghana, we have people with engineering certificates working as bankers. We have lawyers who work as radio presenters. We have political scientists who are trading. We have the university prepares one's mind to explore opportunities after school. In the light of this, our educational system should provide a foundation for a balanced development, promoting the intellectual, physical, moral, and cultural upbringing of our youth who are the future leaders of our country. In this regard, the mission of our school, the Jabe Senior High School, which is to provide holistic education inspired by Methodist values to nurture students through dedicated teaching, sound religious and moral instructions that thrive well in a peaceful environment, is most appropriate. This is the kind of practical and holistic education that Ghana needs in the era of our development. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to recognize that over the years, the Ministry of Education, through the Ghana Education Service, have made efforts to strengthen the quality of teaching and learning so as to support our students to face the challenges and opportunities brought about by technological advancement and globalization. To this end, Ghana in 2007 adopted the competency-based training models, CBT, leading to the setting up of the Council of Technical, Vocational Education and Training, COTVET. This type of training does not confine learning to the classroom setting. In fact, it provides for learning in workshops and laboratories, as well as real work settings. The CBT model places emphasis on attitude, skills, and knowledge, thereby giving space for all the domains of learning. This holistic education provides students the opportunity to apply their knowledge and skills in a more creative and innovative manner to create opportunities for themselves as well as others. The government of Ghana since 2017 recognized the importance of technical and vocational education and training, TVET, as well as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, as the key to transforming Ghana, and has therefore made it a policy to prioritize, to make interventions in these areas to become the bedrock of education and industrialization agenda. In this regard, the government through the Ministry of Education sought parliamentary approval for a concessional loan from the Exim Bank of China, to upgrade a number of technical and vocational training institutes by constructing technical workshops and laboratories, supplying and installing them state-of-the-art equipment and technologies to enhance modern teaching and learning. Even though all these efforts by government are laudable, we can only reap the full benefits of these investments if we as a nation change our attitude and orientation and perceptions about technical and vocational education. Over the years, we've been made to believe that the vocational and technical education is for average and even below average students. So even if the student is well talented in these areas, his or her parents are likely to dissuade him or her from pursuing that line of education. I'd like to use this opportunity to call for a new orientation towards skilled-based education, which undoubtedly is the bedrock of the development of every nation and has helped countries like Germany Japan, China, and Singapore to accelerate the pace of their development. I therefore suggest that it is imperative to start this practical, skill-oriented education from the basic education level through SHSs to the tertiary level, so that students will be well equipped with the skills that will enable them to set up on their own. Graduates, as well as artisans, such as hairdressers, carpenters, masons, welders, are also encouraged to come together to form businesses. This should make it easier for them to access government support and also source facilities from financial institutions to expand and sustain their businesses, generate employment, and create wealth for themselves and the nation. As we launch the 50th anniversary of Japan Senior High School, it is my expectation that all stakeholders, including parents, teachers, religious leaders, and government, will continue to collaborate and effectively play their respective roles to improve our educational system by equipping our students with the requisite knowledge and skills needed for national development, complemented by a strong moral and ethical foundation to accelerate the socio-economic development of Ghana. On moral and ethical values to be incorporated into our students, I recommend these simple statements I picked up from a Japanese article I read to you. It says, if it is not yours, don't take it. If it is not right, don't do it. If it is not true, don't say it. If you don't know, keep quiet. And I Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, say with these few words. So Nana Chairman, with these few words, I hereby declare the Golden Jubilee of our dear and noble institution, Japan Senior High School, formally and duly launched.